Hi, this is Susan Taylor Brown. Welcome back to Poppiness. A few weeks ago, I went out into the garden and cut down a bunch of plants. Okay, didn't cut them down. I snipped them into little tiny pieces and put them on pieces of paper, put them in between sheets of newspaper, and then stacked them in my handy dandy super fancy flower press, which is a piece of wood weighted down with a stepping stone. And I was going to unveil them and see what I've got and then talk about what I might be able to do with them. Oh, this is one of my favorites to press because it goes so perfectly flat. This is yarrow, which is one of our California native plants. It gets wonderful pom-pom-like white flowers on it that the butterflies and the bees and everybody loves. These look like some leaves from our California bay tree. And this is, I think it's vinca, which is not a native plant. It's a weed in the yard, but I thought the leaves were kind of interesting. I'm hoping the light is good enough in here. It's kind of early evening. These are some of the plants that are growing over the fence line from one of my neighbors. Oh, maybe not all the way dry because it's still got a lot of green in there. Some kind of a fruit tree, I think. So let's just put these aside. Let's get down to the pretty stuff, right? Some coyote brush, which is really not very exciting as a dried flower. Now we've got, let's see, poppies. This is our California native poppy, and it dries beautifully flat. I just love how wonderfully flat it gets. And then these are the flowers from our native fuchsia, which have these wonderful trumpet-shaped flowers that the hummingbirds just go crazy over. I mean, they're fighting over them all the time. This looks like it's going to be more poppies. Yep, poppies. That one I really like that. And this one came out nice too. So Paula Foerder, I'm not quite sure of the last name, but I will link to her description. She had a really good idea for how to store these until you decide what you're going to use them for, is to take 2 sheets of tracing paper and make a hinge with some tape at the side and then slide them in there, and that way you can stack them up and see what you've got. This looks like some coyote mint and some more of our fuchsias and possibly some Chinese houses, which is another native wildflower. And we have buckwheat. This is our native buckwheat, one of them. This is my rosy buckwheat I have in the front yard, and it is an absolute insect magnet for so many little critters that I can't even see with the naked eye. It's a fat pom-pom flower, so I'm kind of surprised that it dried as well as it did. Uh-oh, this one doesn't want to come apart, and it's another poppy. Maybe these aren't quite as dry as I thought they were. Probably shouldn't have stacked so many of them together. Done more spaces in between. The water's probably been moving from side to side. Yeah, I'm going to let that dry a little bit more. That's another poppy. And more buckwheat. Oh, this is the rosy buckwheat. The other one was the coastal buckwheat. We have lots of native buckwheats. It's a really good plant for the garden. More poppies. Yay! I love poppies. I let them reseed wherever they want. And then I cut them down when they're done blooming and they reseed again. This is a fern that's not native. This is some more of the yarrow. That is really great. Another person who has a video about dried flowers is Ribena, and she does something with sandwiching them between deli paper. This is, I think, a penstemon. I think. Let's see. Oh no, this is a penstemon. Boy, beautiful flower in real life. Kind of boring when it's dried. Isn't that funny? I suppose if I wanted to cheat, I could add a little bit of color to it with maybe some watercolor or something, but poppies that did not stay together very well. And then these are some more bits from the native fuchsia. More poppies. Okay, my poppies are not dried. It's so surprising because the poppies, when they dry, they are absolutely paper thin. So I would have thought that they would have been dried first, but so these are going to be great. Really, really great when they're dry. Let's see, these are some Clarkias, some asters, some more native fuchsias. Oh, nasturtiums. I was hoping that would turn out. I have these nasturtiums going down my one of my stone walls. Some more Clarkias, some of my Carex, which looks the same dried as it does when it's out there. This is my Chinese houses. Those are really pretty. I really like those. Will go really nice with one of my Edith Holden books. This is the yarrow in flower. Huh, that did get squashed pretty flat. I think I can use that. I'll probably do it like a specimen and put it in between some sheets of acetate. And this is tarragon, which is really very unappetizing when it is dried like that. This is lavender. This is more Chinese houses. These came out really nice. Oh, I like these. Wow. Those are going to be awesome to use. Oh. These are more of the native asters. Yeah, I don't love them, but I don't hate them. I'm sure I can come up with a way to do something fun with them. Clarkias and penstemons. Cosmos. This is not a California native wildflower, but come on, how could I resist? These are just gorgeous. They also dry very flat and paper thin, and I can do what Paula does, the way she glues them on a page and makes them look like they're actually part of the book that she's using. It's a really, really neat technique. This is bougainvillea, and I was hoping this would, yeah, oh, this is gorgeous, and it maintains its color. Wow. I have access to that pretty easily, so I am looking forward to doing more with the bougainvillea. Wow. Let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, the itty bitty flowers. These are probably weeds, but Jabid did this great thing with little tiny flowers and little tiny, I don't know, sample kind of things. Oh my goodness, I love it. Absolutely love it. I'm going to have to see if there's any more of these little weeds. And let's see, what else do we have here? Oh, these are my oak leaves. I was wondering, so I might be able to use them in my impressions now that they're flat and dry. Since coastal live oaks are very popular all over the place here, I definitely want to make sure that I include some of them in my books. This is another Clarkia. Wow. That maintains its color very nicely. I'm going to have to go see if I have any more of those still blooming. And more poppies and the little Chinese houses. Really delicate stuff, but they are going to be fun to work with. Hard, but fun. Let's see. Another poppy. Oh, this one came out well. This came out well. I need a piece of white paper. Look at that. Ah, I love it. And the cosmos came out nice too. Really nice. Just a couple more here. More cosmos and Clarkias. Ah, look at that. I just love it. I feel rich with all these dried flowers. I mean, wow, so many materials, and I didn't have to go to the store and buy these. I just went out in the yard and took some cuttings. The poppies are almost done blooming, so I really went crazy trying to grab as many as I can since it's going to be, you know, May or June before I see them again. And that looks like it. Really, really nice, though. I think I think these are some of my favorites, although they would also be coming in a close second to these. So I'm going to be doing all kinds of things with these in my art journals, probably things I haven't even come up with yet. But I will put a link to Paula's video on how she stores them and Nina's video on one of the ways. Actually, Nina and Paula both have videos on how they're using the dried flowers in their journals. And then when I do something creative with mine, I will come back and show you. Thanks so much for stopping by. I hope you'll visit again. Bye for now.